You know that feeling when you've just landed in a new city, excitement buzzing in your chest, ready to explore everything the world has to offer? And then, something happens. You've got your bag slung over your shoulder, everything's in place, your phone's in your hand, and you're scrolling through a map to find your hotel. But then it's not there. The phone, it's gone. You check your pockets, your bag, your wallet, your shirt sleeves like it's going to magically appear somewhere. But it doesn't. The dread sets in, right? That heavy feeling in your stomach, like everything you've built up in your mind about this trip just collapsed in a single moment. It was my first solo trip abroad. I was in Paris, and the city was everything I dreamed of. The architecture, the people, the food, all of it. But I was so caught up in everything, I didn't even realize I was being pickpocketed in broad daylight. 1 second, my phone was in my hand. The next, it was gone. I mean, I was completely unprepared. No phone, no way to contact anyone, no local SIM, nothing. I was alone in a foreign country, and the worst part? I didn't even have a backup. I know what you're thinking. Why didn't you get travel insurance? And you're right. I didn't. I thought it was an unnecessary expense. I thought it was something for serious situations, like lost luggage or canceled flights, not for something like this. But man, I was wrong. In a desperate attempt to fix everything, I reached out to my provider back home, but they just gave me the standard "sorry, there's nothing we can do" response. I was stuck. The local stores were offering replacements, but they were expensive, and I was already on a tight budget. On top of that, I didn't know if I could trust them. What was I supposed to do? I was lost, in every sense of the word. And then, in a moment of desperation, I remember someone mentioning a service called Orist, insure in passing. They called it a travel insurance hack. Honestly, I didn't even think it was real at first, but I decided to give it a shot because, honestly, what did I have to lose? I filled out the form on the website, explained what happened, and waited. I was skeptical, thinking it was going to be just like all the other customer service experiences I'd had before, slow, unhelpful, and basically just a waste of time. But here's the twist. A few hours later, I got a response. They were asking for the details, offering help, and they actually cared. No one had ever responded to me that quickly or with that level of understanding. A few back and forth emails later, I was working with them to get a reimbursement for the cost of a new phone. It wasn't the full amount, but it was enough. Enough to get me back on track. Enough to get me feeling like things might just work out after all. It was a moment of relief. I didn't expect it, but Orist sure came through for me when everything else felt like a dead end. It was like finding a lifeline in a sea of chaos. Looking back, I can't believe how much I underestimated the value of travel insurance. It's not just about protecting yourself against the big disasters. It's about being ready for those moments when everything goes wrong. You know, those small, seemingly insignificant things that can really throw you off, like losing a phone or getting into a tricky situation you weren't prepared for. I didn't have to spend the rest of my trip in a panic, wondering if I'd ever get my electronics replaced, or worse, if I'd be stuck without a phone for the next week. I was able to get back to my adventure with peace of mind. Now, I don't travel without it. And honestly, I can't recommend it enough. If you're like me, maybe you think, oh, it won't happen to me. But trust me, it can. And when it does, it's a lot easier to handle when you've got the right support. If you're planning your next trip, just do yourself a favor. Check out auras.insure. I swear by it now. It saved me when I needed it most. I'm not saying this because they're paying me to. I'm saying it because it worked for me and it might work for you too. If you're going to travel, make sure you've got something backing you up. You never know what's going to happen. Anyway, that's all for today. I just wanted to share my story and hopefully save you some stress the next time you're out exploring the world. Take care and travel smart.